What are you going to do? You have to do, Leroy. You have to do something. I understand why you wouldn't pay Jimmy, like the red flags that would be there, but you have, when you're doing risk reward, well, what are you going to do with things that are less risky with the money you were so afraid to spend on? I know I say this while his knee is torn to bits, but that wouldn't have happened if things would have been here. So all I'm saying is, what I want to know is, what are they going to do with this money that they were so against giving Jimmy Butler? And if you're telling me, because he was a pain in the ass and he was a diva behind the scenes, okay, dude, fine. Like, that's grown-up behavior.
Tobin, what has plagued this team for the last 4 years?
Injuries.
Got injuries. So, and Jimmy never played more than 55.
Yeah, but when he did.
No, but when again was a long time ago.
Crunch time.
No, but that wasn't recent. That wasn't recent.
Dude, it was a fluke injury. Kelly Oubre shouldn't have been there.
You can't
That's 2 years in a row.
You wanted to pay Jimmy,
injured.
but you're overlooking one of the main reasons why the Heat had a problem. Like, they had too many guys.
They got a problem with everybody, but that's hold on. But they have a problem with everybody. Nobody's good enough for this franchise except for Bam. Everybody right now has a red flag. I guarantee you they will do the same thing with the Giannis sweepstakes this summer again. We're like, well, we don't know if we want to go. A lot of leg injuries.
Well, at least they're consistent.
When they miss out on him, because they don't pull off any trades anymore, Brittany. They don't. They have a caveat or an excuse every single time. Oh, well, we didn't want to give up that much for Damian Lillard, or Joe Cronin was a big meanie. Every single time they got an excuse or a counterpunch. Well, if you guys are so scared to give him this money, then you better do something with that money next year, because you haven't done jack squat with it yet. For all this talk about Jimmy Butler, you haven't done anything with it yet. Meanwhile, you're still getting kicked in the head by the Celtics every single time you face them. Okay, I'll hear you, but you better have a solution, because your solution can't just be, we let him go.
So here's the other problem is that your solution can't be, let's just accept what we have a problem with. That's not a solution.
Yeah, but did they have a problem, or they really were just being
you don't think with guys not playing basketball games?
You guys are arguing two different things. I'm not defending Jimmy Butler's behavior. I'm talking about why it went awry. Your argument to not pay him, which is why he ended up the way that he did.
Well, I think that it came out after the fact. I mean, he wouldn't show up to games. He was a major diva. You don't think that also he's aging. He had injuries.
Player's a diva? That's new.
No, I understand that, but when you have he's standing next to Bam Adebayo, who's like the epitome of like the perfect person for a franchise.
That's right. Not everybody is going to act the same. Not all artists play the guitar the same.
But there's a the Heat have a pedigree that they uphold their players to. And I feel like a lot of that, and it goes back to LeBron James. You don't think that it has a lot to do with why the relationship with LeBron went the way that it did? It was because maybe we don't like having too big of egos in our locker rooms.
No, Brittany, respectfully.
Please do.
When LeBron left, they were heartbroken. Pat Riley, it ruined his relationship with Dwayne Wade because he felt like he was stabbed in the back. LeBron left the Heat.
LeBron left the Heat, but you don't understand. You don't think that that's like LeBron also felt that he wasn't a big thing. It was like he wasn't getting along very well with the organization towards the end.
That's on the Heat then.
But exactly. I'm not saying that the Heat aren't perfect. I'm not saying the Heat are perfect. I'm just saying, based on what we've known and based on what we know about Jimmy Butler and the relationship that he was the culture that he was cultivating in the locker room of who he was compared to everybody else, plus his injuries, plus that fact that he's an aging star, I understand why they didn't want to pay him.
You can say, look, I can understand the red flags of not wanting to pay him too, but you can't have these red flags of not wanting to pay. It's the same thing that happened with D Wade when they didn't want to pay him. They're like, oh, we have these games.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
Trepidations of paying somebody, and then you don't do it.
Eury hammers high in the sky, out to left, no doubt about it. And that was a no-doubt bomb for Norby.
Miami Marlins baseball is on deck. The official pregame show of the Miami Marlins on the home of the Marlins, WQAM.
Augustine Ramirez hammers a ball, left field, and gone. 3-run bomb.
Marlins on Deck is brought to you by ADT, the official security partner of the Miami Marlins, and by Werner, Hoffman, Gregg, and Garcia, official law firm of the Miami Marlins.
Call down, I'm pissed off and ready to go. Why do you get so pissed off? I don't like hitters.
Let's head out to the ballpark. Here's your host, Stephen Strom.
Well, excellent job, Dan Day. Welcome. We are live from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx on the Yankees' 124th home opener in franchise history on a 55-degree Friday afternoon. You're listening to Miami Marlins baseball on the radio, AM 560 WQAM, Game 7 of 162. If you believe in early season litmus tests, you got one right here. The 5-1 Fish enjoyed an off day on Thursday and now will be put under an examination against the Bronx Bombers, who just returned from a 6-game West Coast trip where they tallied 5 wins combined against the Giants and the Mariners. Eury Perez, he will make his first ever start in the Bronx this afternoon. Perez went 7 innings of really good baseball last Saturday against the Colorado Rockies. Perez will meet Will Warren, 26-year-old right-hander. He'll take his second turn in the rotation. Warren had an excellent rookie season in 2025. We'll get more on him in just a little bit. Big question, can the Marlins stand tall in this atmosphere and show they belong amongst the elite? It is game 1 of a 3-game interleague set between your 5-1 Miami Marlins and the 5-1 New York Yankees. We will get going today at 1:35 right here on the Marlins Radio Network. Hi, everyone. Thanks for making Marlins on Deck a part of your Friday afternoon with Jack McMullen and AJ Ramos. I'm Stephen Strom. We've got a fabulous show for you ahead. We thank you for your participation as we set the stage again for Game 1 between these two teams. We will start where both teams are at. We will then hear from Clayton McCullough and Jack McMullen previewing this exciting series. We'll get you ahead of the count with Perez and Warren. Jack and AJ will jump in for some key questions going into the weekend. Our Expo question today at Marlins Radio and Steve's guarantee to victory. Let's start here with the New York Yankees. 94 wins in 2025, but they were beat in the ALDS by their division foe in the Toronto Blue Jays. And in years past, the old Yankees would probably go spend $1 trillion, but not this offseason. They're running it back. Is that what the kids said? They're running it back. They are running it back here in 2026. Cody Bellinger re-signed. Trent Grisham, he agreed to come back on a 1-year, $22 million contract. Garrett Cole, he's expected to return to the rotation between late May and early June. And by the way, they've got Aaron Judge, who I think remains the single greatest offensive force of this generation. And an encouraging sign, Judge hasn't been great to start the year. Again, it's 6 games. He's 3 for 24. But the Yankees, they're 5-1. What do you think of that, Aaron Boone?
Really good baseball. Obviously pitching at a really high level. I thought the defense was excellent on the trip overall. Some timely hitting, a couple big homers along the way, but just really good baseball and a good way to open the season and head back home into an off day and hopefully start off a nice homestand.
Through 6 games, the New York Yankees starting pitching, 33 2/3 innings pitched, a 0.53 ERA. Folks, they've given up 3 runs. It's tied for the fewest since 1943. It's been a big reason why both of these teams sit at 5-1. Let's talk about the Marlins. Look, I'm going to give you 3 numbers, and I'm going to go off of them. 36 1/3. That's the innings pitched the starters have gone this year. Sandy, complete game in his last one against the Chicago White Sox. Eury, 7 innings. Max Meyer, 5 innings. Jansen Junk, 4 1/3. The point is, the Marlins starters have gotten deeper into games, and thanks to Sandy Alcantara again a couple of days ago with the complete game, 36 1/3 innings pitch. It's a massive piece of the 5-1 record so far. 12. Liam Hicks is RBIs. 12 RBIs. It's an MLB lead. I looked this up last night. Do you know when Liam Hicks collected his 12th RBI last year? April 25th. It is April 3rd, and Liam Hicks has 12 RBIs. The Cincinnati Reds as a team, they've got 16. Liam Hicks, 12 RBIs, has paced this offense for the Miami Marlins. Last one for you, 0.51 ERA. That's the bullpen ERA. Number 1 in strikeouts per 9. The only earned run was Lake Bacher, who went 3 innings a couple of days ago. The bullpen has been a strong piece. The start to the Marlins season at 5-1 has been thanks to these numbers. The 36 1/3 with the starts, the 12 RBIs from Liam Hicks, who had a great segment, by the way, on MLB Network, and the 0.51 ERA. Things are clicking. Again, a huge test here today against the New York Yankees as we open up their home opener here in the Bronx. We will break. Clayton McCullough, Jack McMullen. They will preview this series, the keys to that, and the key to Eury Perez. A really cool opportunity for Eury to go up against some of the best in Aaron Judge and Cody Bellinger. We are back in 2 minutes. We're playing baseball at 1:35 right here on the Marlins Radio Network.
At Loan Depot, we're big on home. Home games, home teams, home field advantage, and you better believe it, home runs. For us, home means everything, which is why we're offering more options that make buying your first home easier and more affordable. No matter where you are on your home ownership journey, round the corner to LoanDepot.com and let us help get you home. That's LoanDepot.com. We're on deck ready to hit it out of the home ownership park for you. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLC ID number 174475.
The Ritz-Carlton Key Biscayne, Miami invites you to discover a new era of coastal luxury following its $100 million transformation, where open-air design and sweeping ocean views create a seamless connection to the sea. Set across 17 acres of pristine beachfront, the resort blends island serenity with the dynamic rhythm of Miami. Experience the calm between the currents of city and sea and reserve at ritzcarlton.com or call 1-800-542-8680. Everyone knows BrandSmart USA as the heavy hitters, like big screen TVs and appliances, but our lineup is way deeper than you think. We've got mattresses, furniture, and grills for the cookout, plus everything from fitness equipment, vacuums, AC units, the latest tech, and more to keep your home running like a pro. We make life easier with fast delivery, professional installation, haul away, and our own in-house repair centers. All at the lowest price with 0% interest financing and buy now, pay later options. BrandSmart USA, favorite brands, lowest prices guaranteed.
Out here, if you're doing nothing, you're doing everything right. Though on a cruise with Norwegian, even if you're doing nothing, you're still basking in the warm sun, enjoying the peaceful ocean waves. You're breathing. Don't forget about breathing. Definitely need to be breathing. So you get to do nothing or everything, but you still need to be breathing. It's like really important.
Experience the difference with cruises to Alaska, the Caribbean, and Europe. Norwegian Cruise Line. It's different out here. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Norwegian Cruise Line ships registry to the Bahamas and USA.
This is Jacob Marcy, and you're listening to Marlins on Deck with Steven Strom on 104.3 WQAM.
Well, really excited to see Jacob Marcy today, especially in this right field short porch. 314 feet down the line. We'll see if Jacob Marcy can do some pole hunting today. Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, AJ Ramos. Marlins off to a sensational start to the season, sweeping the Rockies and taking 2 out of 3 against Chicago White Sox. 5-1 on the year. They will go up against the New York Yankees today. Our very own Jack McMullen, per usual, we get a chance to sit down with the skipper, Clayton McCullough, and here's that conversation that begins right now.
Thank you very much, Stephen. Clayton, fair to say that your bullpen is all good to go? Nobody's on any restrictions here?
No, we're in a really good spot after what Sandy was able to do on Wednesday with the off day. So, yeah, he put us in a really good spot to start this stretch of 13 in a row.
We're about 48 hours removed from Sandy's complete game shutout. It's his first in nearly 3 years. That was your first time you got to sit in a dugout and watch him do it for you and for your team. What was that sensation like for you?
It's I want to say it was really cool. I mean, I was, he was cruising along, right? So you kind of start thinking after the 6th inning, looking at where his pitch count was, and all right, maybe has a chance to do this, and gets through the 7th, and then goes out for the 8th, and you're watching it going, he just felt like he was in complete control the entire time. And he went out there for the 9th and seen him on the mound. Then you think back to the times that we've spent together and, get a little choked up because I know how much he has, invested in the organization over the course of his career, the moments that he's had, and then in particular in the last calendar year, some of the things have been written, said for him to be back out there again with a chance for a shutout, 9th inning on the mound to touch that again. It was just a cool moment for him and to watch them, have that chance.
Obviously, so cool for him, so cool for you. Had to be really cool for Eury Perez, too, to try and follow a complete game shutout from his mentor, and now he gets to do it in the home opener at Yankee Stadium. It's going to be a raucous environment. What are you looking for in a young Eury Perez today?
I think it'd be really the first inning will be important. The first couple innings of him, controlling the adrenaline a little bit, staying within himself, and it's come back down to Eury we believe he's very good, and he's got the stuff to get out very good major league hitters, and so go fill it up early in the game. First time through, let things settle down a little bit, and then you can just kind of continue to go to pitch. But I'm sure he'll be amped up as he should be. This is a big day for him, and so hopefully he can just come out today and put some of that adrenaline aside, use it to his advantage, and try to keep himself going one pitch at a time.
Do you worry about an adrenaline overload or a possible adrenaline overload for guys in the lineup today? Hitting in this environment.
I don't know. Our position players, for the most part, many of them, I think, got beyond that last year. I think they just got to play in some really unique environments, and what were really good opponents or on paper. And I think as the year went on, they realized that how we play and tuning out some of that noise, really makes no difference on what's within your control to go take care of. So I imagine that our position player group today would just come out, and we got a tough opponent, but they'll look to just kind of stay in the moment and just play.
Clayton, for you personally, last time you were here, I think it was also pretty cold out. It was just a different side of the calendar. What emotions do you remember about you as an individual and a coach winning a World Series at this field?
Yeah, I can still remember where I was into the dugout when Walker threw that breaking ball to Verdugo, and everybody, everyone running out there, and it's a moment of exhilaration, fatigue. What you go through with the team over the course of a season, and to get to that point where you win a world championship, and you know how much that everyone in the organization had to play a part, and to celebrate that, knowing that no matter what, the next year was going to look different, right? Yeah. Different people and whatnot. So, but you accomplished something as a team, and Yankees-Dodgers World Series. I think going into that's something 15, 20, 30 years from now, I'll be able to look back and think that was very blessed to have been part of something historically for both franchises.
Clayton, last one for you. This is a successful weekend in New York for the Miami Marlins if they do what?
Throw strikes.
Clayton McCullough, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, very good there, Jack McMullen, Clayton McCullough. Marlins 5-1 to start the season. It's tied for the best record through 6 games. Marlins did do it in 2020, abbreviated season, full season in 2014, full season in 2009, 2004, and 1997. We will break here. Awesome matchup on the mound. Will Warren, talented right-handed pitcher for the Yankees. He'll go opposite Eury Perez today at 1:35. We'll break. We'll get you ahead of the count, plus some sound from a big change from Warren coming up next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
Out here, if you're doing nothing, you're doing everything right. Though on a cruise with Norwegian, even if you're doing nothing, you're still basking in the warm sun, enjoying the peaceful ocean waves. You're breathing. Don't forget about breathing. Definitely need to be breathing. So you get to do nothing or everything, but you still need to be breathing. It's really important.
Experience the difference with cruises to Alaska, the Caribbean, and Europe. Norwegian Cruise Line. It's different out here. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Norwegian Cruise Line ships registry to the Bahamas and USA.
Miccosukee Casino and Resort is your place in Miami to live it up and play on. Unleash the excitement of slots, high-stakes bingo, and 24/7 poker action. Indulge in exquisite dining at La Brisa and handcrafted cocktails at Tempt Lounge. Unwind in our elegant rooms and suites as you elevate your entertainment around the clock. And check out our new Little Trail Casino on I-75, exit 49. Rediscover Miccosukee Casino and Resort, voted best casino in Miami. Visit Miccosukee.com for more.
John Crook here. You ever hear sound and immediately know your day just got expensive? That right there, that's the sound of a bad day. Look, on the field, I'm prepared and ready for anything. Off the field, I'm the same way, because repair bills don't ask permission. They just show up. That's why I have CarShield, coverage options that help with costly car repairs.
Don't get caught looking. Get a free quote today at carshield.com. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
This is Tyler Phillips, and you're listening to Marlins on Deck with Steven Strom on the Marlins Radio Network.
Saw this nugget last night. The Marlins are the only team in MLB history to have a winning record over the New York Yankees, 25-24. We are live from Yankee Stadium here in the Bronx. Steven Strom, AJ Ramos, Jack McMullen. Yankees starting to get introduced. The 99 guy looks pretty tall, but whatever. We'll see if we can handle him today. Eury Perez, 22-year-old right-hander, will take the hill. It's going to be his first career start in the Bronx at Yankee Stadium. He didn't factor on Saturday in his first start of the year against Colorado. Allowed 3 runs on 5 hits, 1 walk, 8 Ks over 7 innings pitched. He did surrender 2 home runs, something to keep an eye out, obviously, today. The ball flies in this ballpark. 59 of his 93 pitches were for strikes. He generated 17 whiffs. It was just the 3rd time in 40 outings that Perez had reached 7 frames. This will be his 3rd career start against the Yanks. Went 6 shutout last year against them at Lone Depot Park. Perez will go opposite Will Warren, 26-year-old right-hander who made his season debut in San Francisco last week. He took a no decision, allowed 1 run on 5 hits, 2 walks over 4 1/3, used 83 pitches. 2025 for Will Warren was an impressive one. 33 starts, 9-8, 162 and a third innings pitch, 171 Ks. This guy was an 8th rounder in the 2021 draft, and last year led all rookies in starts, innings, and punch-outs. The big emphasis for Will Warren, he changed where he starts his delivery. First base side to third base side. Big adjustment for Warren. How does it help him?
Creating deception. Obviously, we got the 2 heaters and the sweeper. We found a way to, create some deception by moving to the third base side. I'd pitched there in college, so the adjustment wasn't anything crazy. We bought in right away. Let's go all the way to the other side. We can attack the first start of the season.
Has a fastball, 4-seamer that plays really well. Great ride and spins it. A sinker, a sweeper, a changeup, and a curveball. This will be his first career start against the Marlins. Again, it's the home opener for the New York Yankees. Will Warren, how are you going to control those emotions?
Yeah, I think you don't elevate yourself for the game. The game's going to elevate you, and so you feed off that crowd and that environment, and help it fuel you while you're out there.
Will Warren, Eury Perez. They will be our matchup on the mound today at 1:35. We'll break. AJ and Jack join us next. We're playing baseball very soon right here on the Marlins Radio Network.
Out here, if you're doing nothing, you're doing everything right. Though on a cruise with Norwegian, even if you're doing nothing, you're still basking in the warm sun, enjoying the peaceful ocean waves. You're breathing. Don't forget about breathing. Definitely need to be breathing. So you get to do nothing or everything, but you still need to be breathing. It's really important.
Experience the difference with cruises to Alaska, the Caribbean, and Europe. Norwegian Cruise Line. It's different out here. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Norwegian Cruise Line ships registry to the Bahamas and USA.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
Get to Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac for our 80th anniversary sale. 2026 optics, $329 a month at Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac. Approved credit cards and transportation vehicles, sports stock, TS 115239, less than 5K miles, 24 month lease, $39.99 down, 0 security plus tax tag title fees.
Get anniversary savings at Edmore Sawgrass Chevrolet during Chevy Truck Month. 26 Silverados, supplier pricing, and no payments for 90 days. Chevy, together let's drive.
Approved credit, interest accrues from date of purchase through preferred lender. Select models plus tax tag title fees. Dealer has details.
Marlins fans, get ready for more baseball action when the Fighting Fish face the Cincinnati Reds, April 6th through the 9th. Plus, enjoy Bark at the Park, sponsored by Tito's Homemade Vodka, 4 for $44. Presented by Pepsi. A ticket, food, and beverage deal for 4 and more. Get tickets now at marlins.com/tickets.
This is Owen Casey, and you're listening to Marlins on Deck with Steven Strom on 104.3 WQAM.
Home opener for the New York Yankees today. Their players and coaches getting introduced. Both teams sit at 5-1. Marlins, Yankees, 135. Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, A.J. Ramos. Want to start here, A.J. Ramos, with Will Warren. He said this after his last start. He did walk 2 after 4 1/3.
Yeah, I think overall, we attacked. Command wasn't there like we really wanted to. So, we work on that this week. Trusting ourselves over the plate, allowing the defense to play behind us, and heading towards this one, just getting over the plate and attacking aggressively and trusting our stuff.
So, with that being said, AJ, what should the Marlins expect maybe early in counts from Will Warren?
Based off of that, I would say a lot of fastball. I think he's going to try to get ahead with his fastball, both his four-seam and his sinker, because both of those are the pitches he throws the most. He throws his four-seam fastball at 47% and his sinker at 34%. So being able to establish the strike zone with those two pitches is going to allow that sweeper to play even better. So I expect him to be really aggressive. So maybe the Marlins cue on the fastball, get on time for that, and then sit soft after.
Will Warren filled big-time shoes last year after Garrett Cole missed the entire year. Eury, Perez, Jack McMullen, how does he navigate and tame this lineup?
It's going to be tough, and it's interesting. I know AJ has some thoughts on that at the outset of the ball game. We'll get in-depth on that in the bottom of the first, but honestly, I think he's going to be needing to land his secondaries. This is too good a lineup to get by with one of, if not the best four-seam fastballs in baseball. It's amazing. It might be the best four-seam fastball in Major League Baseball, but these are the Yankees. Like, Giancarlo's in this lineup. Judge is in this lineup. Bellinger's in this lineup. These guys are 9-figure players. They can catch up to the best four-seamer in baseball, so he's going to need the full repertoire today. And I do think Clayton McCullough's point of throwing strikes is really pertinent here. He's going to need to throw strikes because if he is baited within the strike zone, these guys can get you.
AJ, you've pitched in front of crowds like this. If you're Eury, what has to be the focus from a physical standpoint to not get maybe mechanics out of whack or whatever it may be? What does he need to hone in on early on in this game?
Man, just be where your feet are, honestly. I think when you start to look up at the crowd and you start to get this feeling, it can be overwhelming. Now, if you're the type of person that gets energy from that, then you can look at the crowd and draw energy from that, then use it to your advantage. But if it's going to get you off your game, you have to find a way to slow it down, focus on your breath, and work on what you're working on in the bullpen and in all your side sessions, and allow your stuff to play. His stuff isn't nasty. Fill up the zone, and I feel like if he's filling up the zone, these Yankees are going to have a tough time hitting his ball.
Eury Perez, 6 shutout last year at Lone Depot Park against the Yankees. Again, Perez and Warren face off at 135. You'll hear AJ and Jack in about 12 minutes. We'll break Steve's Guarantee Expo question, then we'll play some baseball. Game 1 from the Bronx coming your way on the Marlins Radio Network.
Legal battles shouldn't be fought alone, especially when your health, finances, or family's future are on the line. I'm Adam Werner. At Werner, Hoffman, Gregg & Garcia, we guide our neighbors across the Miami, Florida community through some of life's most difficult legal transitions, from injury cases to disability cases, bankruptcy, and more. Our team is committed to providing clear guidance, strong advocacy, and dependable support every step of the way. Let our family help lead the fight so you can focus on yours. Werner, Hoffman, Gregg & Garcia, official law firm of the Miami Marlins.
South Florida's top choice for quality signs and graphics is Metro Group Miami. With Metro Signs and Metro Wraps, no job is too big or too small for the experts at Metro Group Miami. A proud corporate partner and official signage and graphics provider of the Miami Marlins, they bring brands to life. Call them today at 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to discover what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, signs, graphics, car wraps. They're your everything team.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
The Ritz-Carlton Key Biscayne, Miami invites you to discover a new era of coastal luxury following its $100 million transformation, where open-air design and sweeping ocean views create a seamless connection to the sea. Set across 17 acres of pristine beachfront, the resort blends island serenity with the dynamic rhythm of Miami. Experience the calm between the currents of city and sea and reserve at ritzcarlton.com or call 1-800-542-8680.
This is Jacob Marcy, and you're listening to Marlins on Deck with Steven Strom on 104.3 WQAM.
Marlins Radio live from Yankee Stadium here in the Bronx. It's the Yankees home opener. Marlins sit at 5-1. Yankees sit at 5-1. Eury, Perez, Will Warren should just be a sensational weekend ahead. Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, AJ Ramos, Dan Day back in the studio. Today we are on AM 560 WQAM. Let's get to our X-Bowl question today at Marlins Radio. Which former starting pitcher played for both the Yankees and the Marlins and won a World Series with the Yankees in 2009? Make sure to vote at Marlins Radio. It is time for Steve's Guarantees.
Almost time to play ball. First pitch coming up in moments. Steve's Guarantees coming up now.
Beautiful anthem from Nicky James today here at Yankee Stadium. A sold-out crowd, and again, this is going to be a raucous atmosphere. Steve's Guarantee. We've spent a lot of time talking about Eury Perez and Will Warren. Will Warren, a couple of things. 47 of his 65 walks against left last year. Steve's Guarantee today will go to the first inning. Marlins score a first-inning run. Here's why. Last year, Will Warren, a 6 ERA in that first inning, 22 earned runs in the opening frame. I like the Marlins to get to Warren. Warren has obviously talked about how emotional it's going to be pitching at the home opener, and he did struggle with some command in his last start against San Francisco. Give me the Marlins to play the first inning run. Folks, I hope you got the itch for first pitch, because when we come back, Jack McMullen paints the picture. AJ Ramos, he is ready to rock. Starting lineups in first pitch is right around the corner. Thanks for tuning in to the Marlins On Deck pregame show. I'm Steven Strom. Let's flip the M together, Miami Marlins baseball. It is next. This is the Marlins Radio Network.